Hey guys, it's about almost 6:30, about 6:28 p.m. actually on the Saturday night, and I am waiting for an Uber because once again Lyft decides to cancel on me because they got this thing with the whole card issue and all that. I'm not saying that Uber isn't the same, but at least they give you an opportunity to get a ride, especially if you have the money, and they also take it out automatically. And I guess that's what makes them more popular than Lyft and other similar services. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is another review. A review of, something that basically I was reading. It's another, I guess you could say, Miles Tales per Hour story meant for an older audience because of certain moments in there between Miles' tales, if you will, and another female character. And let's just say that this female character that Miles gets involved in has, I guess you could say, what's the word I'm looking for? An affinity for, I guess you could say, I wouldn't say affirmity, but I would say more along the lines of a will to really get hot and dirty, well, mostly hot when the time is right. Yeah, I think you all know who I'm talking about when it comes to female Sonic characters who know how to get hot when the time is right. And yes, I am talking about Blaze. So the story is part of a collection of stories called, I guess you could say, Smut One-Shots, if you will. Smut One-Shot Request. They're basically gathered together on archiveofourown.org. I think they are collected together by Zero Fox and the Cyborg Fox. And this one, I think it either is Cyborg or Zero. You'll see in the link when I provide it. But the story is really unique because, basically what happens is that Blaze basically Blaze travels to Sonic's world, Tails' world, and kind of gets stuck there for the time being. So she needs a place to, kind of stay, or at least hang out at until she has a way to get back home. And long story short, Tails sees her, encounters her, and, offers for her to stay at his place. But he has to basically get a few things to kind of make it feel a little bit more comfortable, if you will, for himself and for any company he has. Mostly, he's got to do some grocery shopping. If you kind of understand maybe where he's coming from. So basically what happens is they meet up. They don't meet up, but like I say, Tails encounters her. They have lunch. I think it's lunch, and they decide to afterwards they decide to go to the store and do some grocery shopping for Tails' house because he had to throw out a lot of the items. He had to throw out a lot of the items in there because, he didn't have time to really get to them all, cook them all, because he lives alone. So, anyway, they do the shopping, and they go back to his place, and they put the groceries away and all that, and over time, you could tell something's happening, like something is occurring between them, but mostly thanks to Blaze. And, Blaze, let's be honest, when you read this story, you will see that she doesn't really hide it over time. And the way she kind of, lets it be known that, something, that she has something else in mind, or at least hopefully has something else in mind for her and Tails, is, basically she lets Tails know that her and Silver, in this story, in this continuity, this universe, if you will, her and Silver have broken things up. They've broken up. They've gone to separate ways. But it's not it's not in a way that basically, was an argument and, Blaze saw a side of Silver that, she didn't agree with, and, Silver, or basically Silver, or cheated on her or anything like that. No, it wasn't any of that. It wasn't like Silver showed Blaze a side of himself she didn't like or cheated on her. No, it's just a mutual breakup because Silver basically, as Silver puts it in the story, Silver just used the excuse of it's not you, it's me. I have other things to commit to, other things on my mind, stuff like that. Basically, it's Silver's way of saying he's just not ready yet because he has all this other responsibility. Which Tails doesn't really like because he feels it's kind of jerky, or self-centered of Silver to basically break things off with Blaze because he wasn't ready yet, or he has all these other commitments and he could easily just work around that. But yeah, he does kind of feel for Blaze in that area, and he does mention to Blaze that he used to be with somebody. We don't know who that is exactly, but this is from basically the same writing team or the writer that has done some other stories, we can pretty much assume it's an older version of Cream that Tails broke things off with. So yeah, both Blaze and Tails are pretty much in the same predicament. And again, like I said, Blaze throughout her time there doesn't hide it that she kind of wants to do a little bit more with Tails than just hang out, at his place and stuff. And Tails, little by little, starts to kind of get the message and kind of starts to, accept, hey, maybe this might be something that we both need. Maybe the people that each of them have been looking for is each other. So they do kind of flirt a little bit and something or stuff like that. I don't know if she kisses him, on the lips or the cheek or something like that, but she basically lets it be known that she, she's starting to get attracted to him, and kind of, like I said, kind of makes him realize, and in turn he realizes himself that perhaps, they need each other. Perhaps that's what they've been seeking is themselves, each other for themselves. So again, they start off slow, and they go and watch a movie together, eat popcorn, and of course it's during one of these kind of eating popcorn while you're watching a movie kind of exchanges where both of their hands touch each other, and that basically causes things to get set off and everything, if you will, between them. And let's just say it escalates from there, and I mean escalates. But it doesn't just escalate, well, they start kissing and making out and really starting to get into it with each other, even undressing and all that. But it escalates to the point that they get into the shower, because basically, they want to get the smell of the popcorn off them and all that. So they decide to go to the shower, and Blaze, basically invites Tails to join her, which, Tails does, without hesitation. And it just escalates from there, in a big way. I mean, they really get into it with each other. They, of course, go through the common trope of the intimacy that's known for this kind of moment. I mean, if you kind of understand what I'm saying, they really get into it in a big way to where it's like, basically it's like, I just got a text there from my mom, though, a moment ago. I do apologize for that. But anyway, like I was saying, they definitely get into it, if you will, in a way that's common, if not rarely common for this kind of stuff. I mean, they just go to town, intimately and sexually and all that with each other, in the shower, to the point that there are to the point is where there's a scene, a scripted scene where Tails is telling Blaze he'd rather something like he can't think of any other place to be than with her, and he nips at her ear a little bit, and then he slaps her upper region, if you know what I mean. one of them anyway, as well as her bottom region, her bottom rear, if you will. He slaps that, spanks it, as they call it, several times. And again, they just really get into each other in a big way, very intimately and sexually, to the point that, Blaze is the one that wants him to basically release, when he gets to that point, release within her, and we're not talking her rear entrance, we're talking the entrance, if you know what I mean. And that's what happens. They like I said, they get down and dirty, if you want to, let's put it plainly, they get down and dirty, and next thing you know, they get to the moment, she wants to release together with Tails, and and that's exactly what happens. They end up releasing together, having their moment, and it's described in a way that I think they kind of know that, yeah, Tails potentially just got Blaze pregnant in this story with their encounter. But yeah, it's a fun little story. In closing, it is a fun little story. Not meant for everybody, obviously, but it is a fun little story that, I do recommend you guys check out when you get a chance and everything. It's just another, I guess you could say, Tails, Miles pairing, shipping, taking place in an alternate world, and this time it's with everybody's fiery kitty cat, Blaze the cat. So, again, definitely worth checking out. I will provide the link. Like I said, it's not for everybody. But, it is worth checking out when you get the chance. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to talk about that, give you my thoughts on it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I will try to provide an audio podcast version of this at BW Roses Discussions, my audio podcast platform, on all your favorite audio podcast platforms except for Pandora, and more specifically on Spotify. You can check it out on Spotify. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to you all later. But yeah, give me your thoughts, how you feel about it, how you feel about this kind of story or any of these kind of stories. And maybe if you've checked them out, let me know what your personal favorites are. And until next time, I will talk to you all later. God bless. Take care. My ride to get back home is almost here. So until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. Peace out.